Today has been such a weird day. Let's pull some tarot about it. Don't get me wrong. Okay. Don't get me wrong, it's been like a productive day. It just has been such a weird day. There's been a lot of stuff that I wanted to get done today that I didn't, but I at least got started on, but then a lot of stuff that I didn't think I would get done or be doing, I got it done, so, you know, can't complain. It has definitely been a day that's like a weird mix of like stressful conversations, but also like really great news, also really great energy and like moving forward and things in life, but then also like really weird energy with like some things getting held up, you know, so all around strange energy. And if you can relate, maybe this message is for you. Also, I typically don't do tarot readings this late at night, which I mean, it's not terribly late, but it's currently 10:20 my time. I'm Central Standard Time, but I just like all of a sudden felt the urge to do it. So maybe somebody needs to hear something, and maybe that person will find it because I did it at this time. So it definitely seems like this Mercury retrograde has been a kind of strange one for a lot of people, or at least for whoever's tapping into this energy. There is a lot of revisiting energy going on, which we've been dealing with that for a while because we've had a lot of retrogrades going on, and we just ended Venus retrograde. So things that are specifically happening right now though with the revisiting is that like there's this urge to go into a hermit mode, but a very different hermit mode. Like I have a lot of cards that came out right now that it's like, yes, it's that message and that energy, but not quite the same. And the Hermit card is not an exception for that. Hermit is telling us right now that we are meant to go within, but we're not meant to like be antisocial or take time away, because that's typically what hermiting like talks about. We've also had a lot of hermit energy that's been in a lot of the readings here recently, and like some ways coming to an end, some ways like beginning again. But this one is saying that you're not meant to like go inward and be antisocial. You're just supposed to be more reflective right now. There's a lot of energy from the universe urging you to reflect and think inwardly and think in your noggin about things. And I know like where else would you think, but like specifically don't project anything. Don't go outward with anything that strikes you in a way or triggers you in a way. There's like a feeling of whenever something happens and you want to react, or you're thinking and your energy is out here, the universe is trying to urge us right now to look more inside and take a minute, take a beat and reflect. This is the part that can be kind of scary because the Tower also came out, and immediately I was like, oh, can we not please have a Tower moment? But I immediately got this like calm feeling where the universe was like, hey, Towers are not bad. And it's not. Towers are moments where like you've been off on a certain track and the universe has been trying to get you back on to the track that it wants you on, but you just have been fighting a little too much because you've had a vision in your head of like what you want and you're convinced that's what's best, and the universe finally just has to go, I'm so sorry, but I've got to knock them ankles out from under you for a second so you can get back on the right track. And that is what this is. But because this energy is pushing us to go inward, that's what's happening here. Is like the energy like of the Tower will be inside. It will be in our minds. It will be in our heads. It will be in our souls. But the realignment, oh my, like the Tower that's going to happen is going to be like a boop, and the realignment is going to be like a boom. There's something about like the Tower energy matched with the Magician energy that's just amazing. Like it's true alchemy. It's true alignment. It's like yes, this thing happened, but it's going to be more of an epiphany energy, right? Like there's going to be a little bit of revisiting in your head matched with what's going on around you. And that energy is going to remind you of skills and qualities that you have in a very spur of the moment. It's like that feeling in the movie whenever like a character has like gotten down on themselves and they've forgotten like a certain skill or forgot who they were, forgot their worth, and so on and so forth. Then one instant happens where they have the opportunity to stand up and like stand up for someone else or save someone's life, or like they are the person who has the answers in that moment, and it all like realigns with them, and it's like it hits them and they're like, oh my gosh, I am the one. Like I am powerful. I can do this. That's the energy this is giving, is where this like Tower is more of the lightning strike from the Tower, not the Tower itself falling. And when this happens, it's definitely going to put a lot of attention on you. Like there's going to be a lot of like really higher up people, a lot of really like up at the top people that have things that you want or in areas that you want to be in that are gonna notice this. Like, and it's not necessarily that they're gonna notice the energy immediately, but there is gonna be this energy shift. Like you are going to have a shift in your energy where you start approaching things very differently, very bad bitchery, very like I am the one, right? And it's gonna catch a lot of people's attention, and they're gonna be like, Okay. Typically, the Emperor can also mean like someone who's judgy, someone who's kind of like looking down on you and things like that. In this instance, it's not. It's someone who's like looking at you with appreciation, and it's going to help you kind of align and get a lot of things started that you've been wanting to get started for a long time, but have been feeling held back in. And you might have already started seeing kind of baby steps. I already know what it's talking about for my life. I just had a realization, not my tower realization, but a realization that you're already going to start seeing like baby steps to what this could be building up to. You would have been seeing it over the past 2 weeks specifically, but also over the past couple of months. Some of the attention that you guys are going to get, we talked about this in my like most recent reading. It wasn't my most recent video, but my most recent tarot card reading video was about like some of you are about to bring in some like romance, right? So Venus retrograde is all about revisiting old romance and things like that. But now that it's over with, hopefully you've dealt with whatever it was that you're supposed to deal with during that time, because you're going to be catching the attention of a potentially new lover. And this, again, I do not use these words just lightly, willy-nilly, but it is big twin flame energy. And it's not because of the fact that it's like your destined love and like big love and things like that. No, it's like twin flame as in you two are going to make a difference together. You two are going to come together. It may not be romantic for some of you, but for a lot of you, I do feel like there is that potential of meeting that perfect partner that is going to help you achieve these goals that could be life-changing for you and for the people around you. For a lot of you, you're about to start finding your missing pieces. Like there's something that you've been trying to work toward for a long time, or something that you've been wanting to do for a long time, and it's like you'll start working toward it, start getting close to it, and then something happens to kind of fall out of it, like a puzzle piece goes missing. But the missing pieces are finally about to start coming in, and it's going to be in moments where like you're getting up kind of close to the step where things have kind of fallen apart before, and you might even start to kind of like wince because you're like, oh God, I'm getting close to that spot again. And the moment you get right there up to it, it's like the puzzle piece goes whoop whoop and falls right in front of you, and you're able to walk right across the track. So definitely cool energy. Tap into that and claim it. You may not feel like you are rising up right now or rising above. Those feelings right now are just meant for revisiting. You need to, meditate on them to see what you still need to work through whenever it comes to those feelings. What are they surrounded around? What is it that's holding you back specifically in that moment from truly letting go? Like you need to get as detailed and nitty gritty with it as you possibly can. For some of you, this is definitely like a new spiritual journey. So definitely don't be afraid to try out new things in your spirituality and your religion and your practice. If you're atheist and you don't have any spirituality or any practice, or you're agnostic and you don't have any spirituality or practice, there are ways to contribute to your spirituality without putting it in some type of belief form. Meditation is a great tool. Words of affirmation is a great tool. There's a lot of things that you can do that's from a mental health basis to help fuel your like energy. Actually, I'm gonna tag an account because they are someone, Hughes, they do the sentence craft, and I'm going to tag them. I hope it's okay. If they don't want me to, I'll take the video down and redo it and all that stuff. But they do this thing where basically it's called sentence crafting, and it's like finding the root to a word and like what it truly means and where it comes from. And it's really cool because it like takes the religion and spirituality off of it. And we just talked about that on my podcast, not trying to like market that or anything, but it is a cool tool for anyone that is wanting to like find a way to do deeper meditation. I feel like that would really come in handy for some people here, because you are going to be starting a new spiritual journey. And if it's something that you don't want to go through a lot of religious, questioning and religious reflection or things like that, using tools like sentence crafting, speaking things into existence, words of affirmation, things like that, those are really great ways to own your practice without it turning into a spirituality or a religion. Final reminder, in some aspect, some way, something, you are seeing everything clearly. Try to take some comfort in that. You've got a good noggin on your head. You're just needing to revisit some things right now.